Good afternoon. It is July 29th, 2021, and today we're really just looking at a spike in channel. We got a break of the channel and got one leg up. We didn't get a second leg up. Maybe this is going to be viewed as the second leg up, but to me, I was just looking at this as a range. Not a lot of good entries, especially there were some before the market opened, but once the market opened, you had to be aggressive. We had this overshoot of this channel, and so you got to be aggressive here because you don't know if it's the overshoot will lead to a break, which it eventually does, but you just gotta be aggressive, and that's why Mack suggests coming in early, and that's why I like coming in early too, because after a little while the price action gets a little crazy and harder to read. Here it was very easy to see that this was a spike in channel. You get this low, matching low right here, boom, low, low, low with a nice bounce. And then we get the overshoot, so you think, we might get a break, and that eventually happens, and immediately we go into this leg up, and when we break that channel, that channel, we just start going sideways, and we've been trending down since about 11:45 or 11:15, excuse me. So let's take a look at these trades that I marked. So as I said, we got a spike in channel, and it was really, really clear that this was the channel. You see, we get this low, so you draw it off those two, and we get confirmation shortly after. It's a first entry, second entry long. I think you can go long here, even though this bar is the low of the swing. When we get matching lows right here, and this great signal bar, I think you can go long there. I think that was a little after 5, or no, that was a little before 5. So if you were there watching, I think you can take that. I wasn't there. Then we get this another first, second entry off the trend channel, 6 ticks, low risk, and then right before the open, I looked at this as a second entry short. Let's see, because I'm looking at this double bottom, first entry, second entry. Oh, you know what? I looked at this as a new low, new swing low, first entry, second entry, first entry, second entry. And it's off the EMA, off the trend channel, so I did take that. Even though it's going into the highs of the day, it just seemed pretty clear that we were in a spiking channel. So that leads to an overshoot. And now that I'm looking at this, you could have gotten let's see what that is. I just took a 2-point move on my runner, but you could have 4, 4, 5. You would have almost had a 5-point move right there. But yeah, like I said, we get this overshoot, first entry, second entry. The signal bar is not great, but it's at the trend line. And if you took that just because it's second entry, it does work, but it's aggressive because we had an overshoot. And look, the overshoot does lead to a break. I started playing this congestion. You can see a lot of overlap and just prices going, they're above the EMA, below the EMA, above the EMA, below the EMA. So I drew off these 3 lows. I drew the low of the range off those 3 lows, and then this area I put as the top of the range. So when we get this breakout and second entry long, I took that, but it's definitely aggressive. I also like that it was 4 ticks. I think it was a higher low than this too. Yeah, it looks like it was. Now we get a first entry, failed second entry short. At this point, the range doesn't look like it's it doesn't look like it's holding anymore, especially when these lows, you know, it looks like it's a little lower. But also the EMA does look like it's holding. Even though it's relatively flat, I'm expecting we get this break, and I'm expecting a move to a new high. This is definitely aggressive though, because if that range does come into play, that's a problem. Look, you get a test here, a test of the highs here, and another test. So I think this was really just a short trap. First entry, second entry short. I know plenty of people probably went long there, or I mean short there. So they get their scalp, they exit, and it rockets this thing up for the first leg after the break. Here, this is just a higher low off the trend channel, off of this short-term trend line and the trend line from the morning. So I like that higher low. Now we come down here. Here we get a break of this channel, and I just don't see any entries here. I don't think you can go long here. Well, you definitely can't go long here. It's just a first entry. First entry here, second entry, bad signal bar. But then we get this matching low, and it looks like it might trap some people who are going short, treating this like a failure maybe. So if you want to go long there, you might, but it's at this looked like a range to me, and we didn't quite hit the lows of the range. So first entry, then this is like a failed second entry short, even though we have matching lows. But you can't go into the highs like that at this point, especially if we don't know if. Well, I mean, look, we made a new high, so maybe this is a good trade. That leg up, look, it does. You know what? It kind of looks like. Let's see. Maybe if you had your trend channel drawn like that, this is like a higher low. So maybe that's the second leg up. But anyway, I was treating it like a range. I don't know. I didn't feel like I could go long here. First entry, second entry, very congestive, and now we're trending down, and we've been doing so. You might go short here. I don't know if this is a double top here, resets the count. First entry, second entry, short. You might go short there. It's very congestive though. So that's what I saw. I was again too eager today in my trades. Let's take a look. Took this first trade when I came in. I do like that. I was looking at it like a failed second entry short. Notice how it traps these shorts too. I just scalped out and took my runner at 2 points. But yeah, you could have gotten like 4.5 points here if you just move your stop one tick beneath each bar. I had this trend channel drawn though, so you might just take your profits right there, which would get you probably another 5 or another 1 point. And then I took this break out of the range, so this is aggressive. I'm definitely okay with this first trade I took. This trade, I think I'm okay with it, but I just, especially this, the overshoot, that's when they get you. But look at that, it's almost like a perfect measurement of the overshoot is this large and the break is like this large, so that's market geometry. It is a second entry, and there's support here, you can see. So I think this is okay to take. I do. I think maybe it's a little too advanced for me right now, but I do think it's okay to take. This is a failed second entry short. Okay, failed second entry short off that trend line. I didn't take that though. I wasn't watching. Yeah, I went, okay, I remember this. I went long here. We got a correction. What did I think? So this is a double top. I think I should have reset the count here. But I was looking at it like, oh, this is just one leg down. Second leg, that's a second entry long off this trend channel that has already been broken. So if the channel's already been broken, I don't know why I was still playing it. So yeah, I got trapped here. And look, if you, oh wait, no, even if you went, yeah, so I think the problem here was I just didn't look at this trend line. And we're clearly trending down. I think you would have scalped out if you went short on or long on the true second entry. Let's see. I just didn't like it because it was far from the EMA. Oh no, I think this is a 4-tick failure. 20, 25, 21, 25. Yeah, 4-tick failure. So it's funny. I was looking at this like, oh no, it's going into the highs and we're far from the EMA, but I couldn't look at this one the same way. So anyway, we get this correction, this leg of correction. It breaks, make a new low. Or maybe we match that low. People go long. But yeah, those are the only... Oh, wait, no. Didn't I take another one? Oh, wait, and then I went long here. Oh, yeah. So then I was just getting eager and being restless, and I went long, like down here, thinking like, I don't know. This is just stupid. Bad behavior. Can't be doing that. There's no rhyme or reason to it. And here I went long into the highs. Yeah, this is stupid. Long into the highs on an engulfing bar. It's just the first entry though, and it's at the top of this range. I had this range drawn. I had it drawn like this, thinking this might be a breakout pullback. Look how far it is from the EMA. Prices are clearly ranging on both sides of the EMA here. So, not a smart move. But other than that, pretty easy trading day as long as you stick with the bias and come in early and finish early. So, let's take a look at the chart one more time. And I'll be back tomorrow.